Donald Trump's daughter, Ivanka Trump, testified yesterday in the New York civil fraud trial. Now, remember that Ivanka Trump is not a defendant in that trial. She is simply a witness. Here she is showing up yesterday morning for her testimony.
Bear in mind, as you watch this from afar, real estate on the island of Manhattan for decades has yielded billions and billions of dollars to hundreds of people in this city. A case of this matter has never gone to court. It's the first one of its kind.
That's Fox News, I guess, suggesting that something here is unfair. The expectation was that Ivanka would claim, I don't know anything. I wasn't involved in anything. I don't remember anything. Here is Attorney General Letitia James before Ivanka's testimony, attempting to preempt that.
Good morning, everyone. This morning we will hear from Ivanka Trump, who will be our last witness on our case on direct in our case against Donald Trump, her brothers, and the Trump Organization. Ivanka Trump secured, negotiated loans to obtain favorable terms based on fraudulent statements of financial condition. And she will attempt today to distance herself from the company.
Right.
But unfortunately, the facts will reveal that, in fact, that she was very much involved. We uncovered the scheme, and she benefited from it personally. Ms. Trump will do all that she can to try to separate herself from this corporation, but she's inextricably tied to the Trump Organization and to these properties that she helped secure financing for.
So that is basically what Ivanka Trump tried to do. There's a good Associated Press article that explains all of it and says Trump's daughter worried he was not wealthy enough. Emails in New York fraud trial show. As Donald Trump sought to buy a Florida golf course, his daughter expressed concern he wasn't wealthy enough. Testifying she did indeed seek to distance herself from the questionable valuation methods that have already been ruled fraudulent. She acknowledged she did work on real estate deals for the company, but said she was not involved in calculating Trump's net worth. Quote, I generally understood there was a personal guarantee. This level of granularity was not something I can sit here today and say that I recall. Remember that Donald Trump has now admitted from the witness stand that sometimes he would opine on valuations and attempt to suggest that those be changed. We don't really know the full scope of what the defense is that will be put on by Trump's lawyers starting next week. We have now gotten through the final testimony for the prosecution's case. It is Ivanka Trump. It is exactly as it was expected, saying, I don't remember, I don't know, I wasn't involved. Next week, the defense starts, and we'll cover that and we'll see what sort of an argument they want to make. So I wrote another book for kids. The first book was Think Like a Detective. The point of the first book was to teach kids critical thinking, which Republicans don't want them to learn, because when kids learn critical thinking, they don't vote for Republicans. The new book is Think Like a Scientist. This is a fun adventure teaching kids the scientific method. Again, Republicans aren't big on kids learning the scientific method because when they do, they're less likely to fall for Republican lies about climate change and vaccines and so many other things. You can get the new book as well as the first one at davidpakman.com/book. This is part of the Adventures in Thinking series. Can you imagine that we're doing this? We are. davidpakman.com/book. 13,500 copies of the first book have sold. I'll bring you an update soon on sales for the second book. Think Like a Scientist. davidpakman.com/book.